football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And the drive starts with a completion left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first, they go right back to Howard. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. 20, 10, and he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 to the 24. While possession changes here back to Philly, we can revisit where the Eagles are right now. 5-4 as we sit early in the month of November. You remember a couple of weeks ago, that awful loss in Dallas. People were saying, whoa, what's going on with Philly? But now they've won 2 in a row. They're back on the beam, so to speak.
And what did we discuss that week after the loss to Dallas? That this Eagles team, with their head coach Doug Peterson, they've been there before. Remember the previous year, that awful loss in New Orleans? And they were left for, okay, wait till next season for Philly. Ended up rallying, made the playoffs, and took New Orleans to the limit in the divisional playoff game. I think this team has the same type of stuff. If you're going to get them, you're going to have to bring your game because this Philadelphia Eagles team is mentally tough.
Now they get 2 weeks to prepare for the Patriots. That's the good news. The bad news, the Patriots get 2 weeks to prepare as well, and they're going to be angry.
Yeah, coming off that loss to Baltimore, angry. That's the least of it.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 3rd down, this is Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Watch out for Hill on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes, you never want to... The pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in his first half. Sammy Watkins, he's going to go. The 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 83 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but over the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he probably should have been down earlier, but they do finally get to him 3 yards short of the line to gain.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Hill on the return. Shreds the tackle. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Kansas City's offense comes back out here. You know, Charles, you had the game in Arrowhead against Minnesota Week 9, and the Chiefs at one point, they were in danger of losing their 4th straight home game at Arrowhead. I mean, that would have been unbelievable. 3 in a row was unheard of, let alone 4, but Harrison Butker saved the day with a game winner.
Yeah, he did, and Matt Moore at the quarterback position, that became his 8th.
There he goes, left side, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 69 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. That is a dangerous combination right there as we are learning quickly. Mahomes to Hill.
And think about the number of ways that they are dangerous, because Hill can run past anyone, so he can throw it all the way downfield to him. But also on the shorter catches, as we saw here, catch it underneath, catch it in front of someone. He makes a move or uses his speed, and he's still gone. Either way, he can go the distance.
And either way, good luck. This will be taken about the 12. He can't get him down. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Ready for the start of the third quarter. And set to receive the football. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Running right through it. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Last year's MVP, Patrick Mahomes, leading the Chiefs for their next possession. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Oh, design run for their wideout. Stays on his feet. A second broken tackle. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Line of scrimmage back at their own 3 now as they come up 2nd and long. Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Kelce, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mahomes now to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelce. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 35 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights. And it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And I don't quite know. It's a first down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And Wentz will not be able to get rid of it. He's taken down for a safety. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Here's Cameron Johnston now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to rush comes and they block it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's taken on the 25. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts. But very little reason to use them at this point.
Yellow.